Did you know that most people lose years of life? Not from illness, but because they don't follow the 5 steps on this list. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's true. In fact, all of the tips we are about to share come from interviewing the people called centenarians, because they live to be over 100 years old. Some sound simple or maybe even obvious, while others might make you wonder. But either way, you don't want to miss these, because one of these 5 habits might be what helps you live longer. Long enough to see the child you know graduate high school or college. It may even be the sole reason you make it to their wedding one day, or live to meet their kids. These aren't extreme changes. They're small, powerful daily choices, but they just might change everything. Let's get into it, starting with the most obvious on our list. Habit number 1, walk every day. If there's one habit nearly every centenarian has in common, it's this: they walk every single day. It's not glamorous, it's not expensive, but it works. In Sardinia, Italy, one of the world's famous blue zones where people regularly live past 100, many of the elderly still walk hilly roads to the store, to church, or even to a neighbor's house. Not because they have to, but because they always have, and their bodies have learned to thrive on it. Here's what the science says. Just 30 minutes of walking per day lowers your risk of heart disease by nearly 35%. It also reduces your chance of developing type 2 diabetes and Alzheimer's. And if you already have some aches and pains, gentle walking actually helps loosen stiff joints and ease inflammation. It's like medicine, without the prescription. Now here's the best part. You don't need 10,000 steps a day. Researchers say 7,000 to 8,000 steps is the sweet spot where you get all the longevity benefits without burning yourself out. And if that sounds like too much, start with 5 minutes. Walk to the mailbox and back. Do 1 lap around the grocery store before you check out. Walk your dog. Or better yet, call a friend and walk together. You'll be hitting habit number 1 and habit number 3 at the same time. Centenarians don't treat walking as exercise. They treat it as life. They walk to visit a neighbor. They walk to water the garden. They walk to greet the morning sun. Not only does it help them stay physically strong, it helps them stay independent. And for many people, that's what truly matters most. So if you want to live longer, move better, and hold on to the life you love, start walking. Because the road to a longer life might just start at your front door. Habit number 2, eat the rainbow. You've heard it before. Eat your fruits and vegetables. But what if I told you the color of those foods might be what adds years to your life? Centenarians from the world's healthiest regions, from Okinawa, Japan, to Nicoya, Costa Rica, aren't counting calories. They're not living on protein shakes or trendy diets. They're just filling their plates with natural, colorful foods. And it's working. Here's why color matters. Brightly colored fruits and vegetables, like spinach, carrots, blueberries, beets, and bell peppers, are loaded with antioxidants, phytonutrients, and fiber. These are the compounds that fight inflammation, repair damaged cells, and protect against cancer, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. Think of each color as a different kind of body armor. Red fights inflammation. Green boosts immunity. Orange supports vision and skin. Purple protects the brain. Yellow helps heart and digestion. When you eat the rainbow, you're giving your body everything it needs to heal itself, naturally. The tip centenarians live by: they eat what they grow. Or at least, they eat what's real. No ultra-processed snacks, no chemical-laden frozen meals, just simple natural food, mostly plants, with occasional lean proteins like fish or beans. Okinawans, for example, eat a purple sweet potato almost every day. It's packed with longevity-boosting compounds and has become a cornerstone of their culture and their health. Here's how to make it simple. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Start with 1 colorful addition to each meal. Add a handful of spinach to your eggs. Swap your afternoon cookie for an apple. Roast some carrots or squash with dinner. Aim for 2 colors per plate. That's it. This isn't about dieting. It's about nourishing the body that carries you through life. The one that hugs your grandkids, holds your loved ones, laughs, dances, and still has stories left to tell. So next time you look at your plate, ask yourself, is there enough life on it to give me more years of mine? Habit number 3, stay connected. Because loneliness is deadlier than you think. You might think that eating right and exercising are the most important keys to a long life. But there's one silent killer that's often overlooked: loneliness. And for older adults, it can be just as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. In every blue zone, the places in the world where people live the longest, you'll find one thing besides good food and fresh air: strong social ties. In Okinawa, elders are part of something called a moai, a small circle of friends who stay connected for life. In Italy and Greece, grandparents live near family and talk with neighbors every day. In Loma Linda, California, seniors volunteer together and attend weekly community events. These people don't just live longer, they live with purpose, joy, and love. Here's what the science says: people with strong social relationships are 50% more likely to live longer. Emotional support reduces stress hormones, lowers blood pressure, and strengthens your immune system. Social interaction even helps protect your brain, reducing the risk of dementia and cognitive decline. Here's the problem: modern life has made it easier than ever to become isolated. And for seniors, especially after retirement or the loss of a spouse, the silence can become overwhelming. But isolation isn't fate, it's a habit. And like any habit, it can be changed. Here's how to start. Call someone today. Even a 5-minute chat counts. Join a group, a walking club, faith group, or hobby circle. Volunteer, helping others boost your health too. Or just say hello to your neighbor. Little ripples create lasting bonds. Centenarians don't stay connected by accident. They make time for people. They show up. They reach out. They listen. They understand something we often forget: we weren't meant to do this life alone. So if you want to live longer, don't just eat your veggies and get your steps in. Love, laugh, connect, because the heart doesn't just pump blood, it needs people too. Habit number 4, sleep like your life depends on it, because it does. It's easy to brush off sleep, to call it lazy or something you'll catch up on later. But here's what centenarians and science want you to know: if you're not sleeping well, you're aging faster than you should. People who live past 100 don't always have perfect diets. They don't all have gym memberships, but almost all of them have one thing in common: a healthy sleep rhythm. Here's what the research says: getting less than 6 hours of sleep consistently raises your risk of heart disease, stroke, and Alzheimer's. Poor sleep increases inflammation in the body, accelerates cell damage, and throws off your immune system. And fragmented sleep, even if you get 8 hours total, still harms memory, focus, and energy. In other words, sleep isn't downtime, it's repair time. But this isn't about perfection. This is about ritual. In long-living cultures, elders keep regular sleep routines. They wind down at sunset. They avoid late-night stimulation. They sip warm teas and listen to the quiet. They treat sleep as sacred, and their bodies thank them for it. Here's how you can do the same. Stick to a regular bedtime, even on weekends. Turn off screens at least 30 minutes before bed. Keep your room dark, quiet, and cool, like a cave. Try a simple wind-down routine: chamomile tea, light stretching, or even reading a few pages of a calming book. And if you're waking up in the middle of the night, don't fight it. Get up, sit quietly, breathe, then try again. Rest is still rest, even if it's not perfect. The truth is, your body can't heal if it's always exhausted. And the years we gain in life aren't just about staying alive. They're about staying present, sharp, and joyful. So give yourself permission to unplug, to rest, to recover, because the fastest way to age is to pretend sleep doesn't matter. Habit number 5, live with purpose. The centenarian secret. We've talked about food, movement, sleep, connection, but this last habit, it's the one centenarians talk about the most, and yet it's the one most people overlook entirely. It's not physical. It's not something you can measure on a smartwatch, but it might just be the most powerful longevity tool of all: purpose. In Okinawa, they call it ikigai, your reason for getting up in the morning. In Costa Rica, it's a commitment to family and faith. In Loma Linda, it's serving the community and staying engaged in spiritual life. Whatever you call it, having a reason to live often becomes the reason you keep living. Here's what the research says: people with a strong sense of purpose are 30% less likely to die early. Purpose-driven seniors show lower levels of stress, better sleep, stronger immune function, and improved mental clarity. It even protects against cognitive decline, acting as a kind of mental shield as we age. But here's the beautiful part. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand. You don't need to start a business, write a book, or save the world. Sometimes purpose is making pancakes for your granddaughter on Saturday mornings. Sometimes it's tending a garden, or mentoring a younger neighbor, or making art just because it brings you peace. Your purpose is whatever lights you up, even just a little. Here's how to rediscover it. Ask yourself, what do I still want to give? Reconnect with old hobbies, or try something new. Volunteer your time or your wisdom. Set a small goal this week, something that matters to you. And above all, don't believe the lie that your purpose ends with retirement. Centenarians don't stop living when they get old. They keep finding reasons to wake up. And that fire inside them, that sense of meaning, is what carries them across decades. Because the truth is, a long life without purpose isn't a gift. It's a burden, but a purposeful life, that's the kind that stretches on and on, because it still has more to do. So let's recap. If you want to add years to your life and life to your years, you don't need to chase perfection. You need to walk daily like your independence depends on it. Eat colorful, natural foods that heal you from the inside out. Stay connected because love truly keeps you alive. Sleep with intention so your body and mind can recover. And most of all, live with purpose, even if that purpose is simple, quiet, or just beginning to bloom. Because these habits aren't about avoiding death. They're about building a life so full, so vibrant, so meaningful. You want every minute of it. If this video helped give you direction even in the smallest of ways, we only ask for you to take 30 seconds to do the following. Tap the like button, subscribe to Elder's Almanac, and share this with others who may need it. But above all else, please stay strong.